Today have been all around the hospitality outlets of Wellington this morning, enjoying a beautiful day and hyping themselves up. Over 20,000 tickets pre-sold for this one. We'll obviously have an official figure for you a bit later on, but a crowd like this has to lift a home side, doesn't it, Fred?
Oh, definitely, Piney, and especially the younger players. You know, some of the senior players in both camps, you know, will have played in front of these sorts of crowds. But for some of the younger players, this will be the biggest crowd they've played in front of. And, you know, fantastic occasion for them just to soak it up. But then you've got to get back to the reality of it's a game of football and you have to win the game. If you want to be in the playoffs, both these teams have to win today.
Pretty simple message from Yellow Fever. Home again. And they're hoping it's home sweet home this afternoon, the Wellington Phoenix anyway. Old mates for a long time, those two, but adversaries for the next 90 minutes. Let's have a look at the way the two teams are going to line up this afternoon. Two changes to the Western United side that lost 1-0 to Sydney FC a week ago. Spanish midfielder Victor Sanchez suspended after picking up an 8th yellow card. His place in midfield taken by Sebastian Pasquale, who starts for the first time this season. Besart Berisha returns to the starting 11, with Ika Guadachena dropping to the bench. And on the bench, 19-year-old Adesu Bayu is among the reserves. Ufuk Talay makes just one change after his side's 2-2 draw with Melbourne City last time out. Stephen Taylor returns from illness with the armband alongside Tim Payne in central defence. Josh Laws dropping down to the bench. Ben Waine leads the line in his hometown. No Ulises Davila, who's been ruled out for a second straight game with a hamstring injury, but a chance for a debut off the bench for teenage academy product Ben Old. For the first time in his relatively short coaching career, Mark Rudan has overseen 4 straight A-League losses. The former Phoenix coach comes to Wellington for the 3rd time at the helm of Western United, with a win and a loss on his previous 2 visits. Ufuk Talay has a freshly signed 2-year contract extension in his pocket, ending a long period of speculation by recommitting to the club yesterday. Victory today would give him the highest winning percentage of any coach in Wellington Phoenix history. Our referee is Daniel Elder, in charge of an A-League match for the 46th time today, assisted by Matthew Cream and Mark Rule. Kurt Ams is the 4th official, Nick Waldron in the VAR booth. Andrew Durante spent 11 years at Wellington Phoenix, playing a club record 273 matches, all of them as captain. The A-League's all-time leading appearance maker plays game 3-5-7 today, having announced on Wednesday that this season will be his last as a professional footballer. Clayton Lewis grew up not far from Sky Stadium, but today is the first time he'll play for the Phoenix on home soil. His impressive form and versatility in his first A-League season has seen the club hand him a 2-year extension in the last couple of days. A-League football returns to New Zealand's capital. We're underway at Sky Stadium. A precious 3 points on the line for two sides who still have top 6 ambitions. But with contrasting recent fortunes, the Knicks unbeaten in their last 7 matches. Western United on the longest winless streak in their short history. They haven't won in 5 matches, haven't scored in their last 3. 6th meeting between the two. Western United won their very first encounter in round 1 here last season. The Phoenix have won 3 of the 4 since. The last encounter, a 1-1 draw in Tasmania a month ago. Always so interesting to see how teams start. Andrew Durante gives Tom Ahmed a piggyback ride in the opening seconds. Renio Piscopo misses his touch and is then shoved over by Tomoki Imai. Nothing wrong with that, says referee Daniel Elder. Going to let a bit go early on, Fred.
Yeah, it looks like it's very willing, as you'd expect. 100%, you know, front of the big crowd. Both teams looking to get a hold of the ball and also to stamp their authority on the game. So I expect a few strong challenges and hope Well, I expect the Phoenixes to try and get the ball down, and especially try and exploit the spaces in behind the white centre-backs of Western United.
Stephen Taylor back in the side today. He missed the last game with a gastro illness, just a 24-hour thing. Fighting fit again, Stephen Taylor. His central defensive partner, Tim Payne, who's started every game this season, been a revelation in central defence. Some early energy from Ben Wayne. Chance now for Connor Payne to get involved for the first time. What a player he's been. 50th game for Western United for Connor Payne today, as it is for Besart Berisha. Those two are the first to reach 50 games for the Western United franchise. Back three of Imai, Durante and Brendan Hamill for Western United, with the wing-backs Payne and Pasquale. Tommy Oscock looks like he's going to sit a bit deeper in midfield for the visitors.
And expect to see a bit of that, what we just saw from Western United. Ball getting played across the defensive line, back and forward a few times as they just try and slow the game down, control the ball a bit. But for the Phoenix, when they have to try and pick the ball off out of midfield and then do this, springboard forward.
Crowd out of their seats as Ben Wayne has the first opportunity to make an entrance into the penalty area. It's ball. Fenton calling for it on the far side. It's a bit big for Louis Fenton, but he has managed to keep it in just. Western United, though, able to bring it away through Payne, and now Wales. Diamante, lovely little shift of body position to get away from the other number, 23, Lewis. Dylan Perez with the shot, straight at Sale first. Feel of the football on the gloves for Ollie Sale. Not a difficult save. Always good to get the first one out of the way, though.
Yeah, Diamante showing his influence already. I think the Phoenix will be looking to close the Italian down very quickly. Here he is on the ball again. Always looks for the wide pass, killer pass. Low, not such a high percentage play from Alessandro Diamante, but sometimes those plays really do work out for Western United.
I think you forgive the percentage for the absolute quality of what he can produce on occasion. In fact, not just on occasion, but regularly. What an addition he's been to the A-League and to Western United.
And you can see as the Phoenix bring the ball forward, Western United collapse into basically a 5-2-3 formation.
Hold that thought, Fred, because Piscopo's on the ball. That deflects off Hamed to Fenton. Away by Hamill. Gee, the crowd already in fine voice here, and what a crowd it is who have gathered here at Sky Stadium today. We've mentioned the number a lot of times. 20,000 tickets pre-sold. A walk-up will add to that. Fenton looking to give them something to cheer about. Wayne can't control. Hamill bangs it into the back of Uscock. Berisha climbing over the top of Cameron Devlin, and well, the referee initially gave it the other way, but then changed his mind. Daniel Elwell just getting his colours mixed up.
Besart Berisha coming in, just jumping over the top of Devlin, not even really going for the ball. I think that's a fair call from the referee.
Rena Piscopo on set-piece duty. So impressive last week in the absence of Ulises Davila. What can he conjure here? Headed towards goal. Well, goal works by David Ball. It's going to roll over the dead ball line for a goal kick. David Ball, 4 goals, 4 assists this season. Looking to cause Ryan Scott some early trouble.
Yeah, interesting change of free kick taker. Typically Clayton Lewis taking most of the set plays, corners and free kicks. But Reno Piscopo stepping up for the first one this afternoon.
Here is Lewis hitting that one straight up in the air. Payne on the end of it. This cock has life made difficult for him by a couple of Phoenix players, but manages to retain it. Western United have scored first in 6 of their away games this season, but have gone on to lose 5 of those. Phoenix don't often concede early, just 1 goal they've let in the first 15 minutes of matches this season. That's the equal best in the A-League alongside Melbourne City. Ryan Scott, the owner of a freshly inked contract extension, can't quite get that one away, and Fenton might try and make him pay. Clever pass back to David Ball. Across it goes. Durante there ahead of Ben Waine. Vital header from Andrew Durante. The experience had him in the right place to cut that one out. Western United looking to turn defence into attack with Lockie Wales. Parias outside him, and Lockie Wales got caught in a bit of no man's land there and ended up just passing it back to Ollie Sale.
Yeah, terrific run from Parias there, coming around the back of Lockie Wales and just putting the defender in 2 minds. I think the pass from Wales, or the play from Wales, should have been just draw the defender, slip the ball through to Parias, but in the end his shot, no conviction really.
Devlin's ball to Lewis is cut out by a retreating Berisha. He wants to get the ball again, but can't be found, and Wellington will come again. Good energy early from the home side, although Western United too have had their moments in the first 8 minutes. Ball looking to bring Louis Fenton in. He's certainly been the most advanced of the 2 fullbacks early. Another ball into the area. Hamed looking to meet it. Hamill in the way. Once again, the attack breaks down. Diamante, what will he try here? Just a short pass to Berisha. And the return. And Diamante saw Sale off his line there, and, well, that's on target. I think we're chalking that up as a shot. Ollie Sale well aware of what was going on, but Diamante showing what he's capable of. It's the trademark smile from the Italian.
You see Western United just happy to sit right back, not really engaging with the Phoenix until they cross the halfway line. One interesting feature for the way that Western United defend, and the ball's very wide. The likes of Connor Payne and Dylan Parias, they go very wide. You'll see it here. Connor Payne goes out to meet the ball. There's a massive gap between Connor Payne and one of the defensive 3. And it's that space in between those 2 players that I think the Phoenix could exploit with players running through there.
Hamed gets away and gets the shot away. Good save by Scott. That's going in. A strong right hand from Ryan Scott. And the first real chance for Wellington came via the Israeli Tomer Hamed.
Yeah, great strike from Hamed. Skips past Andrew Durante. And Ryan Scott does really well to get down and just tip that one around the post. Been in good form, Ryan Scott.
Yeah, he's keeping Philip Curto out of the side. And it's saves like that that have caught the eye of Mark Rudan. Initially, of course, it was through injury when Curto was out injured that Ryan Scott took the gloves. He's now the number 1 on merit. Got more work to do now, though, Western United. Deep corner, Hamed there again. Back across the 6-yard box, and nobody there for Wellington. Durante able to clear.
That's a beautiful touch by Durante.
Yeah, it's the experience that he brings. 357 A-League games. It's quite some record. 415th in top flight football. Heavy touch there from Lockie Wales allowed Tim Payne to snuff out that attack. Yeah, Durante still fit as a fiddle, isn't he? He's started, well, this is the 12th straight game he's started. Fenton again. Another player, Louis Fenton, playing in his hometown. He grew up in Wellington's northern suburbs. Lovely ball through for Piscopo. First time ball back across. There's Wayne! Ben Wayne made the run, got the contact, but not the direction.
Yeah, good play this. Piscopo just hits it first time, and Ben Wayne gets in front of Andrew Durante. He's disappointed with that. He's had fronted the defender, and that's a clean header. You can see Ollie Sale's reaction at the other end of the park. But again, the Phoenix exploiting those spaces in behind the defensive line.
Bit of confusion in defence, allowing Piscopo to get in between Imai and Durante. Imai stays with him though, and that might be a foul by Rena Piscopo, I think, which Daniel Elder has picked up on. Bit of a stunted season for Reno Piscopo, missing 10 games through injury, but has been excellent in the games he has played. Looking for Olympic selection, of course, for the Olyroos. Uzcock looking for Connor Payne, just a bit big for Payne on that occasion. Let's go sideline to Narelle Sindos. What are you seeing pitch side, Narelle? The atmosphere sounds amazing from up here.
Yeah, it absolutely is, Pliny. And what I'm really enjoying so far is the tussle between the two 23s. Now, you've got to remember, Diamante's played more here than Clayton Lewis, so just watch out for that one.
Yeah, it's quite the curiosity, isn't it? Clayton Lewis playing his first game for Wellington on home soil today. And this his 23rd game for the number 23 areas. Freshly inked contract as well this week. Phoenix did quite a bit of business this week. Lewis, Sale, Wayne all re-signed. Ufuk Talay yesterday committing to another 2 years.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic for the club that Talay's going to stay here for 2 years, build on the 2 years he's just done. Very, very successful in the first year. They finished well up the table. Obviously, they've had all the problems of doing a complete season over in Australia, but fantastic work from the club to re-sign their coach.
Diamante and Farias. He can't fight Diamante with a return pass. Wayne is there. Ball sizes up his options and chooses Lewis. Clayton Lewis has played in every game this season. This is his 21st start. The other two he's come off the bench. Really been a revelation for Wellington. Fenton is in again. Gets past Payne. And unfortunately the cross couldn't match the build-up work from Louis Fenton.
They're playing very high up the park, Louis Fenton. I think that's a tactic to try and pin back Connor Payne into that left back role rather than have Connor Payne play higher up the field in a left midfield or a left wing position where he can cause more problems for the Phoenix. So good tactical decision from Talay, push Fenton, and also Sam Sutton trying to get as far forward as possible.
He's a key cog in the side, Connor Payne. He too has played every game this season for Western United. David Ball in a pocket of space. Combines with Hemed. Here's ball across goal. Scott gathers. He had to too. Ben Wayne sniffing around. Good goalkeeping again from Ryan Scott. Western United scoreless in their last 3 games. They've never been kept scoreless in 4 straight. Besart Berisha is a guy who loves playing against Wellington. 15 goals in 24 previous clashes with the Phoenix for Besart Berisha, but he's going through a well-publicised lean patch at the moment. Hasn't scored in his last 8. There's limited chances so far for Besart Berisha. Sutton urged to run and runs out of options and runs out of real estate. Lewis, he's urged to shoot. Ball. Phoenix just calmed things down. It's a pretty solid wall of green and black in front of them. Wayne using his strength well. Sutton just had to check back. Once again, Western United do a pretty good job of defending. It's going to take some creativity to unpick this defence this afternoon, Fancy.
Yeah, but the game's being played in the right half for the Phoenix, though. I mean, 75% of the game has been being played in the Western United half of the pitch. So at the moment, it's the Phoenix looking the more likely. And you just get the sense that they're one really good pass away from unlocking this defence. Just for now, though, they just drop back into the Phoenix. They drop back into this 4-4-2 defensive formation, making it very difficult for Western United to play through them.
There's Parias. Diamante. What's he got in the locker this time? Connor Payne is the outlet. Payne faced by a couple of defenders who make his passage through difficult. Little 1-2 there. Connor Payne climbs on top of Louis Fenton. Complains to the referee that he was obstructed by the Phoenix fullback. Daniel Elder is having none off him.
You can't just run into him. Plenty of room there for Connor Payne to run around him. Decides to go over his back. And then has a whinge to the ref.
Mark Rudan without a bit of cattle this afternoon. Aaron Kelver, Brad Inman, Dalibor Markovic and Josh Risdon all injured. Victor Sanchez suspended. Only really Davila and Luke De Vere with that long-term injury are unavailable for Ufuk Talay. So much anticipation around this game. I know all the players were desperate to feature in it. Piscopo looking to free up ball. Once again, Western United snuff it out.
I think those are the moments where the Phoenix really would like to have Ulysses Davila in the team. Now, he's the guy that you can just give the ball to when they're about 30 metres away from goal, and he'll beat his man or find the pass, slip the ball through, or he'll go on his own and score.
Tim Payne steps out of defence and carries on down the old right fullback channel he used to populate last season. This is towards Hamed. He can't get it back towards Ben Wayne, but yeah, Tim Payne just for a second there became the old right back from last season.
Yeah, David Ball bringing it forward and then looks for Hamed. And this is where Ben Wayne's got to get across there and maybe, looking for the knockdown, because Hamed's not going for goal there. Not going to get enough power to worry the goalkeeper. Again, good patient build-up by the Phoenix. Not really putting the ball at risk until they get close to the Western United goal.
Western United have done well to take the fizz out of this game early. An early goal would have certainly given Wellington some wind in their sails. They've got through the first 20 minutes, Western United, with a solid defensive block. It'll be called on again, though. The cross, that time from Wayne, was too close to Scott. Mark Rudan up on the edge of his technical area there, bottom left of screen, issuing instructions. Ufuk Talay's doing the same for Wellington. Turned over now, Hamed with Wayne ahead of him. Tomer Hamed's going to run at Brendan Hamill. Unleashes, deflected, and Ryan Scott just lost track of that ball momentarily, and it's gone behind for a corner. Tomer Hamed wants to get the crowd involved.
Yeah, carries the ball forward. Tomer Hamed, little dummy against Brendan Hamill, and then difficult bouncing, spinning ball for the goalkeeper. Manos manages to get a touch and shovel it wide for the corner. But that came about by the Phoenix picking off one of those passes from Western United into midfield.
Short corner taken. Lewis gets it across, away by Berisha, only as far as Devlin. And Berisha again defends well. Oh, two pieces of good defending there by Besart Berisha, who earns his money at the other end of the pitch. Sutton dinks it back towards Hamed. Hamill with a pretty crucial header, and he scurries across to keep it in as well. Brendan Hamill, another very experienced A-League player, 132 games in the A-League.
And expect to see more and more of this. Alessandro Diamante just dropping deeper and deeper to get the ball. If he's not getting it further up the field, then you will see him drop back into the back three, pick up the ball, and then try and splay the ball around the park.
Here's Pasquale. MI has to track back to keep that one in. Patience and evidence from both sides as they look to negotiate fairly stern defences. Just a slip there at the wrong moment for Payne, but he recovered as David Ball tried to take advantage. David Ball's tireless working again to the fore here. He's run into a bit of a cul-de-sac, and did that take a nick off Payne? No, says the assistant referee on the far side. Ufuk-Talay likes to play with two defensive midfielders, two number 10s if you like, and two front men. David Ball probably more suited to the two front men, but without Davila, he's happy to play in the 10 alongside Reno Piscopo.
Yeah, and those two players have to do a lot of defensive work in the way Ufuk-Talay plays as well. They have to try and get forward in possession, but out of possession they have to drop into those wide areas to allow the back four to stay nice and narrow across the pitch. So there's a heck of a lot of running in those so-called number 10 roles in the Phoenix formation. And yes, that's suited to David Ball, but it also probably blunts his attacking sort of impetus in the game. We've seen that with Ulysses Davila when he's played in that position as well. He has to do so much work that when he does get on the ball, and it's you know, some of the energy's lost.
Piscopo rakes a pass out towards Fenton. Devlin looking for Hamed. Clever touch to Fenton again. He'll probably go towards the byline. Payne, I think, knows Louis Fenton pretty well by now, having faced off against him on many occasions. Knows that he likes to go towards the byline. They'll continue to probe, though, using Fenton. A bit more space to work with now, but the cross from Louis Fenton. Well, Ryan Scott didn't really get any help from his defenders there. No one around him. He probably could have caught that one. Piscopo with those mesmerising feet, but they didn't mesmerise Tomoki Imai. Rare heavy touch from Diamante. Real battle going on. Let's go sideline to Narelle again. It's a bit of an arm wrestle, Narelle.
It is, Jason, and the Phoenix have just flown out of the gates here, but they need to be patient. They can't afford to get frustrated with this United side that just seems to be weathering the storm at the moment.
Another set-piece situation coming up. Tomer Hamed heavily involved. Got a brace in the last game, the 2-2 draw with Melbourne City. One from the penalty spot on that 88th minute equaliser that got the Phoenix a share of the points against the runaway league leaders.
Fuck, I don't pass it to you.
Lewis looking to swing this one in. Plenty of yellow shirts gathered on the edge of the area. Scott is there and claims it well.
Hear one of the players there saying, surely you have to wear a different colour. I think he's talking to the referee here. The referee's all in black. Western United in black and green. And the referee's also got yellow trim. Phoenix all in yellow. So, certainly a bit of a clash of colours there.
Lewis sliding in, and Daniel Elder, I'm sure, thought about producing a yellow card there. Decides that a free kick will suffice. Payne looking to free Wales up, but a bit too much on that from Connor Payne. Crowd just an expectation of a first goal here. Yeah, possession. Sorry, Fred.
Just at the moment, Western United look a little bereft of ideas when they go forward. They get the ball out wide. Connor Payne, Lockie Wales, mainly down the left-hand side. Then they get into positions, and unless Diamante gets the ball and tries to look for a killer pass or a through ball, then it just all seems to peter out into nothing. They just lack this cohesiveness in the final third of the field at the moment.
Yeah, Berisha does his best work in the penalty area, obviously, and he just hasn't really had too many opportunities to get the ball in that danger zone. Right of screen now, he's heading into the centre forward position, arm raised, wanting the cross from Payne. Slides it instead to Wales, and once again it breaks down.
Yeah, and again you saw there, Besart Berisha, the only Western United player in the box. And so players are waiting and waiting for others to come forward. But the Phoenix then, it's easy for them to close down the ball carrier and snuff out the attack.
Here's Piraeus, who's gone into the inside left position. Here's a chance for maybe Wales to get one in. Decides against. Payne will deliver. Easily dealt with by his namesake Tim Payne for Wellington. First of an A-League double-header for you today. Melbourne City against the Central Coast Mariners. One plays 3 at Amy Park later on tonight, and then 3 games for you tomorrow. Sydney Derby at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Melbourne Victory and Adelaide United at Amy Park, and then Perth Glory against Macarthur out west in Perth. So the game's coming thick and fast as the season roars towards its climax.
I think that's been a feature of the A-League this season. Just everything seemed compressed. There's so many games on every weekend. It's just great just to flick the TV on, watch a bit of football.
Here's Berisha. Gets the ball out from under his feet, does he? No, he's set upon by Cameron Devlin, who takes it away from the A-League's all-time leading goal scorer. Fenton urged forward. Approaching the half-hour mark in Wellington. Possession and territory in favour of the home side. Phoenix having no problem holding on to the ball in the middle third. It's fashioning the opportunities once they get to here that has been the issue. Ball, though, looking for Sutton over on this side. Emai with a pretty important header. Piraeus helps out. Misjudged that time, and I think this will be the first yellow card of the contest.
Yeah, the bouncing ball fooling the players. Piraeus just took the ball away, and a lunging challenge from Cam Devlin picks up the first yellow ticket of the afternoon.
Yeah, 6th yellow of the season for Cameron Devlin. He's already served a 1-match ban for the 5. It's Pasquale. Clever ball for Payne. Straight into Fenton and behind for a Western United corner, their first of the contest.
Yeah, better build-up there from Western United. Great ball from Pasquale. Just waited and waited for the gap to open up. Connor Payne to get past it and slipped it through. and they had numbers in the box. So a bit more positive from the visitors.
They've committed plenty of men forward here, Western United. Alessandro Diamante is being welcomed to the yellow fever zone.
He'll probably shoot here outside of the left foot.
No, wouldn't put it past him. Dealt with by Wellington to the cheers of the crowd. Pasquale's shot is blocked, and the shot comes in and fired wide. Dylan Parias liked the look of that one in terms of his position on the field. Couldn't quite get the contact he was after. Lewis in a hole. Wayne comes to get it, but can't find Fenton. Six goals so far this season for Ben Wayne. He became the club's youngest ever goal scorer last season. He's taken his game to a new level, so much so that the club put a 3-year deal in front of Ben Wayne this week. He also had interest from Coventry City in the English Championship. Turned that down to sign again with Wellington. The way this game is being played just demonstrates the importance of it as far as these two teams are concerned on the A-League ladder, both on 28 points, both with this game and 3 more to go. Both at the moment 6 points out of the top 6, so a win crucial. A draw not exactly catastrophic, but not ideal, and a loss would probably spell the end. Here's Parias, cuts inside Sutton. He's got Barisha up with him. Decides to go himself, Dylan Parias. And Stevie Taylor is there to shepherd it behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, great defensive work from Stephen Taylor. Good turn of speed here. And then Taylor gets across and just shields the ball out. Just look for a moment there that Parias might go down in the challenge inside the penalty area and at least give the referee a decision to make. But to his credit, stayed on his feet. And then Stephen Taylor got across. Showed all his experience here, didn't lunge in.
Yeah, good young player, Dylan Parias, still only 21 years old. Approaching the 50-game mark in the A-League. Uscock with the foul on Ben Wayne. So here's an opportunity for Wellington to throw a couple of bodies into the box. Just under the heels from Tommy Uscock. Clayton Lewis needing to get the delivery spot on. Here is Lewis, and it comes. Durante gets it away only as far as Piscopo's edge to shoot. Radar off from Reno Piscopo. Not the clearance Durante probably was after, but Piscopo not troubling Scott.
Yeah, Andrew Durante, not sure he thought the ball was going to come through that crowd of players or over that crowd of players. And, you know, Piscopo, well, whenever he gets the ball in and around the penalty area, all he looks to do is shoot. This time, high and wide. Yeah, interesting choice to let Clayton Lewis take the free kick there. Potentially could have had Piscopo bend one in onto the far post for the attackers running in.
A rare misplaced goal kick by Ryan Scott. Wellington look to take advantage. Wayne. And Devlin. Reno Piscopo looking to free up Sutton, but in goes himself. Ran out of options there, did Reno Piscopo, and just lifted it into the face of a defender. Once again, the Phoenix look to be patient in their build-up. Into Lewis, who moves away nicely. Lewis lines up the shot! Clayton Lewis! First game in his hometown for Wellington. 433 days away. 38 minutes back. The Wellington Phoenix lead at 1-0.
Yeah, beautiful turn this from Clayton Lewis, and steps forward, gets past one defender, hits that, takes it to wicked deflection, and then rifles past Ryan Scott. No chance really for the keeper. But a real good piece of positive play from Lewis. Spun on the ball from Stephen Taylor, and then got himself within shooting range. And yes, it was a deflection, but if you shoot, potentially that's what's going to happen. And he gives the Phoenix the lead.
Second goal of the season for Clayton Lewis. That got the crowd in fine voice, Narelle.
Absolutely did, Piney, and you can see on Lewis's face he absolutely loved it. He's got such a dangerous left foot, and that's what he does possess in his locker. And funnily enough, that's the 10th goal that the Knicks have scored just before half-time. It's where they find the most luck, and I just wonder if United knew about that.
Yeah, Clayton Lewis, he, as I mentioned a couple of times, grew up in this city. Dad Barry is a long-time local league footballer. Still plays a bit of Masters, I think, Barry, but he won't be playing today. He'll be in the stands here. Arms raised, watching his son put Wellington into a 1-0 lead. Be so interesting to see what this does to the game now. The Phoenix looking to perhaps double Western United's trouble before the break. Ball is off on a run. Frees up Louis Fenton, another hometown boy. Into Hamed! Great save by Scott. Had to be too from Ryan Scott as Hamed stooped to conquer.
A great attack from the Phoenix, really turning the screws on Western United. The second goal quickly before half-time, and you'd say that that's the contest almost over.
Twelfth time Wellington have gone 1-0 up this season. They've lost just once when they've taken a 1-0 lead. As Narelle said, they're very dangerous in the time between the half-hour mark and half-time. And again, it's proved to be so. Yeah, the deflection was certainly a contributing factor, wasn't it? Scott probably had the original shot covered until it hit the arm or the side of Brendan Hamill. I don't think you'll take the goal away from Clayton Lewis, though.
You don't shoot, you don't score. So obviously, that's always what can happen. Just before that, I was going to say it would be good to get, someone's got to take the role of Ulysses Davila here, and it's probably going to be Clayton Lewis or Reno Piscopo. So getting Lewis forward on the ball and trying to slip passes in behind the defence. Well, he went one better. Just put it in the goal.
It's funny, isn't it? Because he's not playing in the Davila position. He's more playing in the six. Cameron Devlin has been almost like an Albert Riera type player, just sitting and hardly getting forward at all, allowing perhaps Lewis to do that, to almost join Piscopo and Ball in those more attacking midfield roles.
Yeah, exactly. And so, and Clayton Lewis, he's played further up the park most of his career. You know, and so it's only since he's been at the Phoenix he's played in this more defensive midfield role. But without Davila in the team, and I think he is one of the players that can push forward and create things in and around the penalty area.
Yeah, it's quite the story, Clayton Lewis. He was always earmarked growing up as a player who could be a really good professional. He played underage football for New Zealand and full internationals as well. Travelled to England, where it didn't quite work out for him at Scunthorpe. Came back, kicked around Auckland City for a while, and then was given a one-year deal by Wellington, and has done more than enough to earn a two-year extension, and well, is the darling of the crowd today. Western United looking to respond before the half-time break. Tackle by Hamed, and then there was the little kick out there from Lockie Wales that the referee saw. In fact, a handball as it was on the ground. Devlin and Wales reacquaint themselves with one another. So Wales thought he was fouled, then he put his hand out.
And Cameron Devlin never one to add insult to injury, is he? Always a little nuggety guy that comes up to you afterwards, says, you know, how's it going, mate? Don't play with your hands.
I think the best demonstration of Cameron Devlin is the free kick stats. He's won 33 and given away 37 this season. So that talks about a player who's normally in the heat of the battle. Given away by Piscopo. Barisha with a rare chance to break forward. Diamanti. His pass doesn't find feet. Into the final minute of regulation time in the first half in Wellington. Clayton Lewis has the goal which sees Wellington ahead.
He's just trying to manage the game through to the break. Not being too adventurous at the moment. Just holding on to possession.
Well, our stats have territory as 70-30 in favour of Wellington. So that's certainly a big number that's been played in this half of the field in the first half. Daniel Elder has spotted another handball that those fans don't particularly agree with. 2 extra minutes to be added at the end of the first half. Western United looking to create something near the end of the half. Imai. Parias into Pasquale. He couldn't quite control it, and it's just not quite happening in the attacking third for Western United today.
Yeah, for me, not enough movement from Western United in the final third. Just two players too static. Passes a little bit too obvious and easy for the defence. And the other thing, I think, for Western United, you know, you've got such a marksman up front in Besart Barisha. If you're going to get the ball wide, then just whip it in. As soon as you get it wide, as soon as you get a position where whereby you can cross, As Piscopo lets fly again.
We just both held our breath here in the middle of that sentence. But you're right about Barisha. He needs to have the ball in the box.
Yeah, he's a bit like Tomo Hemed. You get the ball wide, just whip it in. And if he knows that the ball's going to come in, then for him it's an easier equation as well. As a striker, you're just trying to get in front of your defender then. And as the ball comes, if it finds its mark, then at least you're going to get a strike on goal. But at the moment, Western United, they're trying to play their way into the penalty area, and it's not working.
It hasn't worked in the first half. The crowd pretty happy with what they've seen for the most part from their hometown side. Clayton Lewis has the goal that has Wellington into a precious 1-0 lead here at halftime. We're back after this with halftime analysis. The Phoenix lead at 1-0 at the break.